yesterday, right? And you were all signed up for main campus.
Yes, sir.
And remind me, what degree did you choose?
Business management, traditional.
Right. So, like I was telling you, we're all Bethel. To be a university, you gotta have several colleges under one umbrella. Traditional studies, we're the College of Professional Studies, College of Graduate Studies, when you get through your bachelor's degree, maybe going on master's. So we have all these college of education. So we're just different sections with Bethel University, for lack of a better way of saying it. Your credits are the same. You're at the same university. It's just a different platform and a different way of doing it. We're called the accelerated degree completion, meaning these programs more or less are geared towards adults, people that are professionals already. However, for instance, most of the people I recruit already have college credits. They just never finished a degree. Cops that never finished a degree they want, because they get a pay raise every time they get a degree, associates, bachelor's. So that's why you see a lot of firemen, cops, and people going through degree programs. Having said that, they're the same classes you take on the main campus. It's just a question, are you here or there, or are you doing it online? And this is a written-based program. So that's cost, duration, and the difference in how we do our work. Those are the three most important differences. One, it's a lot cheaper to go through this program. You don't have housing, meal tickets, and technology fees, and book costs, and all that goes away. On the College of Professional Studies side, it's just tuition. And each class costs you about $1,100, $373 a credit hour. And that's it. So everything that you've been looking at as far as your costs and what it's going to cost, all of it goes away except your tuition, right? You know what I'm saying? So for lack of going through and explaining each individual cost, that's pretty simple to get. So you know what your cost is up front. The duration, what I said, the main difference is these are 5-week classes, one at a time. But you're still a full-time student because, on main campus, you sign up 4 or 5 classes, you take them all week long, all together for like a whole term or a whole semester. Here, you're just doing one 5-week class, next 5-week class, 15 weeks in, you're in your 3rd class, 20 weeks in, you're into the 4th. Same setup, you're just doing them one at a time. So when you're doing it that way, you're going through courses a little quicker, and most students tell me they find it easier to concentrate on one class, regardless if it's only 5 weeks long. And the major difference between being a traditional student and being in this program is the written-based program. When you're in a classroom on main campus, you're listening to me lecture at you for 50 minutes, and then you come back next week and you take a test. Here, this is a written-based program. So if you're in English 101, you're still covering the same subject matter, but you're turning in an APA paper every week. You're writing whatever, the subject matter is, whatever the assignment is, you're writing a paper, and you're turning that in every week. So, if I ask you, if you're in a marketing class, and I say, hey, describe the supply channels between Gillette and Schick. Gillette and Schick, they've had this war forever. My blades are better than yours, 4 blades, 5 blades, blah, blah, blah. And in marketing, a lot of it has to do with logistics. Great if you got the best product, but if you can't get it out in front of everybody in a timely manner, So what would the marketing manager have done different? You're explaining and writing things as you're reading. If you're online, it's a PDF book. You're not paying for it. If you're in the classroom here one night a week, each class has one book, and that book is like $100. So so your tuition cost, if you're in the classroom, you have one cost for one book. Typically, if you're on main campus, you're buying 2 or 3 books sometimes for each class. You know what I'm saying? So we've leveled that. Online students everywhere don't pay book costs at all because it's a PDF format. Kind of stupid to charge you for an electronic file over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of a racket. Well, main campuses, Austin P, Bethel, we're no different. Physical textbooks are a racket to begin with. I mean, it doesn't cost us that much money to buy those books, and then we bump the price up. So that's been the story with every university forever. However, we do pride ourselves on being a private, non-profit Christian university, meaning we're the second oldest university in Tennessee. We've been doing something right for a long time, or we just wouldn't be here because we're not state subsidized. State universities, Austin P, Nashville State, they're all state subsidized. So when the government's giving you money to keep your doors open, customer service kind of slips. You know what I'm saying? So with us, you are the only thing keeping us alive. The students' tuition and what they pay a little bit if they've got a book cost. So with that being said, we try to do a great job. You know, it's just like any other school should be wanting to do, but it matters to us a little bit more because we don't have a cushion to mess up. You know what I'm saying? So duration's quicker. Writing format different from a testing format. One class at a time, still a full-time student. Most costs go away except that tuition and book if you want to be in the classroom. The classroom setting is set to start in January. Those groups typically start with 10 people. So you're in a much smaller class, doing the same classes that you would there, just a little different format, a little different setting. And the classes here are night classes. They're 6 to 10, one night a week. So if that January group's a Tuesday night, you're here every Tuesday night from 6 to 10. Come to class, go home. You know, sometimes they get out at 9:30, whatever, but you go home. 5 Tuesdays, English 101's done. Next 5 Tuesdays, computer science is done. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we've set it up. Your credits are still the same. Every class is a 3 credit hour course. 60 hours is an associate's degree. In the classroom, I was telling you, the only classroom setting is that associates in liberal arts. Liberal arts, as you see here, here's the 4 classes. And let's say, okay, you go to Austin P. Well, you signed up for Bethel University and you're a Tennessee resident. You got Tennessee Achieves money through high school. I mean, you didn't sign up to be an Achieve student. What about Tennessee? Well, Tennessee Reconnects for people 24 and over, but you got
Tennessee Promise.
Promise.
I didn't do that either.
Why do you do that? Man, there's a lot of free money on the table right there.
Is it too late for him?
For this go around.
Okay.
But you got a long path in school to go. So pick it up next year. But I'll set you up with all that too. You need to figure that out as well. Where'd you graduate high school?
Northeast.
Anywho, so liberal arts associates, every associate's degree, I don't care where you go, it's 60 hours for an associate's degree. That's where you're going to start. Once you reach 60 hours, you have an associate's degree. It may look like that piece of paper. And then you go on to your bachelor's. 61 hours to 128 hours is your bachelor's degree. So you go associate's, bachelor's, and I didn't get associate's. I got bachelor's and a master's. Now, because of the way programs are set up, typically if you go to a master's level, you'll have 3 degrees, and I only have 2, but we're still the same. You know what I'm saying? So we start here. Your liberal arts, all your core classes, English, science, history, you're going to take at any college. I don't care where you go. They all got to be done. After that, your major in the liberal arts, online success and professional studies, introduction. Well, this is the online set, arts. Introduction to Professional Studies, Portfolio Development, Principles of Business, Fundamentals of Personal Finance, Group Dynamics. These are all business fundamental classes, even though it's a liberal arts degree, because the College of Professional Studies is a business management college for the most part. We have criminal justice, leadership, management, customer relationship management, emergency services management. We're a management business school as far as all that's concerned. So liberal arts in the classroom perhaps. And like you said, you want to be a management business student. This is the major, management and organizational development. This is face-to-face, the only face-to-face bachelor's. And then if you wanted it online, all of our business management online students, it's called organizational leadership with us. But if you look at the course lineups, these are all business management courses: strategic management, surveys and marketing, organizational analysis, managerial accounting. Some people call it a little different. Bethel OL, online. MOD, we call it MOD, management in the classroom. We'll start with an associate's perhaps in liberal arts. This is the only classroom. If you want an associate's to begin with in business, you can do that, or customer relationship management. But both of these are online. So the only associate setting you have in the classroom here to begin with is liberal arts. So like I said, there's like 3 classes different from a business associate's. But if you go into a bachelor's program and major in management, you're going to get all those business classes anyway. It's just you get them up front or you get them on the back end. 128 hours for a bachelor's degree, no matter how you slice it or dice it. You know, it's just a different order of taking the classes. So you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you've got, I'll tell you like this. The idea is, and I'm sure y'all probably had conversations, you're his dad, right?
Right.
I'm sure you've had conversations about getting older, wiser, making more responsible decisions, yada, yada. I'll skip all that. You've heard it. But the point is, you want to go to school, you want to get a degree because odds are you're going to be better off in the long term when you get older, yada, yada, yada. The question is, how much can you get it paid for? Grants, you know, those things first. Everyone, at some point or another, not everyone, but a majority of us have to touch some sort of student loans by the time it's over with. But the objective is to keep that loan balance down as low as possible, right? So when you get out, you have these degrees, you go get a decent paying job, you're making $20-25 an hour to start. That's not bad. Now you're paying back your student loans because it's $130 a month. It's based on your income. My income, I don't have a problem telling people I still owe $32,000 and I have 2 degrees to show for it. My payment is $123 a month. I sit behind this desk and help students and get a nice paycheck. With a master's degree, I also teach classes. That's a whole nother paycheck. So am I better off holding that debt than without that debt? Absolutely. So it's worth the money that it took to borrow. Now, all that's called return on investment. As long as you borrow some money and you're getting a return on that money, then that's fine. A lot of people borrow a lot of money, get this degree, and they don't do anything with it. You're not getting a return. What did you do it for? You see what I'm saying? So always keep that in mind. Objective, keep loan balance down as low as possible. If you carry some loan balance eventually and you have a degree to show for it, put it to work for you, pay back the money. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the overall objective. The question is, why didn't you sign up for Achieves or Tennessee Promise, and what were they doing over there? I'm a Tennessee Achieves mentor for Clarksville High School. That's the school I picked, and I get 9 students a year to mentor. By the time it's all said and done and they do their volunteer hours, I end up with 2. So 7 out of 9 leave money on the table just because they don't want to go spend 8 hours volunteer working one day every 6 months. About $5,000 a year they just throw away because they don't want to work 2 days. So we'll get you signed up for it. I'll figure it out. I'll call people, and we'll see what we can do. So, my question